There's a certain aspect of this business that I think some of you guys really need to work on, and maybe not even so much your business, maybe even your personal life can benefit from this tip as well. So we're going to talk about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And yeah, this is a video I may have made before, and I scrolled through my library. I didn't find it, but maybe I'm just wrong. I think I made a video, but it needs to be said again. It's that important, and that is your communication. I got to break the news to you guys. A number of you folks out there that don't have this concept down, you guys are in the customer service business, whether you like it or not. This is your business. You're dealing with the public. And as much as you want to avoid dealing with people, eBay and reselling in general, it's not a business where you're going to be able to avoid working with people. And I think so many situations can be resolved simply by just trying to communicate. And if you just look at your life or look at other people's life, look at life in general, how many misunderstandings, how many problems can be avoided by just simple communication. And I had a snafu happen. You guys know we're moving, and we got all freaked out, and it's because the real estate agent didn't communicate certain things to us. And I'm not going to go into detail about it, but for a second there, I thought this wasn't even going to happen. We're going to have to go find another place because this place is going to fall through. And it's because of a lack of communication that made me feel that way. Now, that's on a larger scale. On a smaller scale, if you're dealing with your eBay business, someone's looking to buy your item and they reach out to you and you fail to answer, or you take your time to answer, that customer is going to move on. And I think a lot of us don't place an importance on getting back to the customer in a timely manner. And that just all boils down to just bad communication. Most of us, and I hope all of you guys, have your eBay app, and I hope you guys have it set up to where you get your notifications. If you don't, I know you may not want to be bothered, but you need to consider having that, because when your customers reach out, they have a certain need right then and there, and they ain't trying to wait for you to get back to them at your convenience. You're dealing with the customer's convenience. And I guess this is kind of, we talk about eBay siding with the customer, and I know why, because that's the heart and soul of their business. Without customers, we have nowhere to sell. I mean, it's just like Bonanza, right? So we rely on these customers, and while this customer may never come back to you after they buy this item from you, you have one opportunity with this particular buyer when they reach out. And they don't even know who you are. And for people like myself included, you might be the same way. First impressions are everything. They don't know you from Adam, but if you're not getting back to them in a reasonable amount of time with their question, I think they're going to avoid doing business with you, even if they find the answer to their question and they don't get a response back from you. Because hey, from a buyer's perspective, what's going to happen here if I get the item and there's a problem? And this person's not even willing to reach out to me and answer a simple question. What's going to happen when I really need to reach out to them to figure something out, right, regarding my purchase? If you have a lot of negative feedbacks, and the reason for the negative is seller didn't contact me, bad communication, if that's something that you're dealing with, and I see a lot of stores when I do reviews and I go and do research for other like sellers in categories that I sell in, just to see what they're doing and how they're performing. And I see it all the time where buyers are complaining about a seller's lack of communication. And, if we're taking it on a larger scale, you can avoid returns. You can avoid maybe negative feedbacks that could at least be a neutral because you did make an effort. Customers do appreciate the fact that their sellers do make an effort. Even their situation may not even be resolved. You may not be able to solve their problem, right? They still may have to return the item. They still may not be satisfied with the item that they purchased, But you don't want to add to their frustration because you were difficult and you were hard to get a hold of, or you just gave them curt answers and didn't engage in conversation with them to help them resolve their problem. And for me, I come from the customer service industry, 26 years. What we did was communicate. That was our job. And the people who had the hardest time were the ones that didn't want to engage with the customer, and they struggled. And in this business, it's not any different. Yeah, you can skate by. You can make a lot of money in this business and never once communicate with your customer. Seen lots of accounts where it's obvious that's going on, and they still make money. But it just makes me wonder, even with the success that they're having in their store, means to me they're selling good items at a good price, how much better and how much more engagement, for lack of a better term, is eBay giving them to future buyers if they just improved their customer service and eliminating some of these unnecessary negative feedbacks. And unfortunately, there's a large segment of customers who resort to chargebacks because they can't get through to their seller. They can't get a positive resolution to whatever they're dealing with, and they have no other choice. I see countless posts where the seller's reaching out for help to the community, and the backstory is never told, that the buyer reached out, the buyer reached out, the buyer reached out, and they didn't maybe see the notifications, maybe they didn't notice the messages, maybe they were so caught up in everything they have going on that they didn't see it, and they have a frustrated customer opens the case, and now they finally see that the customer's opening a case, and they're reaching out to the community on these forums saying, hey, I got a case going on, what gives? And the backstory that's never told, because you can tell by a lot of these accounts when you look at their feedback, it's because of their lack of communication. And, put eBay and reselling aside, communication is so important in your personal life. The better you communicate with your significant other, with a family member, with your kids, friends, I think the better overall your life's going to be. The fewer misunderstandings, the fewer problems. And I just think that we all, and myself included, and I make these videos a lot of times when I realize something that I've done or I'm doing, or I finally say, you know what, I'm not above miscommunicating. It happens to me. I could do better. The real estate agent I dealt with could have certainly done better to avoid any misunderstandings. And I just think that sometimes we take that for granted. And that's my message to you guys tonight or today when I'm making this video. But don't just take this as this is a throwaway video, because it's really not. It's a very strong message. If you improve this one aspect in your life and in your business, you're going to notice things are going to be a little easier and a lot different as far as when you finally do communicate, the results that you find are going to be a little different, maybe less negative feedbacks, less cases opened against you, customers that are thankful that you reply to them in a timely manner, regardless of the outcome. And for that, I think you will benefit and grow as a seller and as a person in life. So take that for what it's worth. And I just want your comments down below. Want to know what you think on this subject? It's a very underrated subject. People don't even want to talk about it. There's so many people who just don't want to deal with other people. And you'll grow so much more when you finally learn those skills, and you finally do. And I think for some, your eBay experience will definitely, and your reselling experience will definitely improve for the better. So guys, do me a favor, hit that like button if you appreciate the time I put in to make these videos. Subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit that notification bell so you can be notified the next time I go live or make another one of these videos. Let me give you guys an update here. I feel like an idiot. I feel like a total idiot. Now, my sales aren't where they should be. We talked about that. We've talked about on the lives. We've talked about that on some of these videos. And really more so over the last 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, since the beginning of July. And after I made the live stream yesterday, after we did the live stream, just trying to figure out, okay, I have my coupon from 5% up to 15%, my public coupon, which appears in all my listings. I have gone through and I'm tweaking my titles, just checking the listings. I'm going through, I'm doing everything that I preach to you guys. I promise. I'm not some guy up here just saying, do this while I do something else. I'm working on my account just as you should be as well. But then it dawned on me. I have a store on eBay. I'm utilizing the coupons, but did I reset and start up my markdown sale for the month of July? This happens a lot. At the end of the month, I'm not getting any sales the following month, and it's like, gotta reset your sale, right? Maybe I need to make some kind of an alarm, an alert, or whatever that pops up on my phone to remind me. But I went 2.5 weeks without a markdown sale in my store. And I'm here to tell you, the other day, I switched it over, reactivated or actually started a new markdown sale. And wouldn't you know it, I had a pretty good day. And then the day after that, I had a pretty good day. Now, it's not where I want it to be. I want to be about $500 a day. That's a goal of mine, as I mentioned on previous videos. But it's better than it was over the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, I just feel pretty stupid. I thought I'd share that with you. It's just a reminder that, there's so many intangibles that we can do as sellers to improve our position. We can't just wait for eBay to, save the day. We have to do everything within our ability to make sure our account is performing. And if we're not setting up our listings properly, if we're not setting up our coupons properly, if we're not setting up even a markdown sale, and if you're not getting your items listed to do that, if you're not building the value and building the quantity of items in your store, then whose fault really is it? So my bad on the whole markdown sale. If I had to estimate, probably lost between $1,000 and $2,000 in sales that went to someone else because I didn't have a markdown sale. And some of you might say it's not that big of a deal, but for me, it all adds up. It's the markdown sale, it's the coupon, it's the promoted listing rate, it's the quality title, it's the photos, it's your price that's competitive based on the same condition that you're selling it in. It's the complete listing, complete with item specifics and a complete description, and having good stuff to sell. It's a combination of everything. And when 1 or 2 or 3 components are missing from that equation, you might run into some problems. And guess what? I had a missing component from that equation. I put it back into place, and things seem to be a little bit better. And now we're just dealing with the bad economy, which you can't control. Lower traffic totals because it is summer, which you can't control. And if you just handle and make sure you're doing everything you can do within your control to make sure your business and your eBay store is ready to succeed, then you will succeed. And like I was failing, I'm starting to succeed because I have fixed what I didn't even know was a problem. So take the time, review your account, just make sure you're doing everything you need to do. Communication is probably one of the biggest things that a lot of us can improve on, whether it's in life or in business. Yet it's just another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week, and we will talk to you very soon.